Hey there, what are you expecting today? Because whatever you expect, that's exactly what you're going to receive. I want to talk to you about mind and speech. What does it mean? It's equaled with immortality. I thought about the word immortality and I said, what does that mean? What does that mean? Your mind and speech always gives life. If you think it, you gave it life. If you're not thinking it, it cannot come to life. But mind is referring to activity of thoughts. Now your brain is part of the physical part of you. We want to bring from the spirit into the physical. That's the process of creation and manifestation. Always from above, so below, from heaven, so on earth, from inside, so outside. So when we say mind and speech equals immortality, the mind is that activity of thoughts. Activity of thoughts turns into ideas or conclusions or decisions. As you think, so it shall be. As you come down with an idea, a conclusion, and you settle on it, through the law of perpetual transmutation, right? You process those thoughts to the point of a conclusion or a decision. That is imprinted on the brain, and the brain is the physical part of you. The moment you see the picture, because thoughts turn to pictures, right? Your brain has 300 new cells every single morning. That's what science shows. Why? Because it's waiting for new thoughts. The best time to affirm, to create your day is in the morning and at night. And so as you have activity of thoughts in your mind, it's okay if they're just going randomly everywhere. But if you're grabbing onto them to the point of creating the picture, turning the thoughts into a vision, right? Your speech gives life. Your speech, when you speak of it, or you speak to it or about it, you're giving it life. To give it life is to give it authority to come to life. It's not that you are creating it somehow. It's created out there, but you're giving it authority, or you're giving it life, okay? To give life is to give authority. So when we talk about mind and speech equals immortality, it's referring to, it doesn't matter what you're thinking. It doesn't matter what your mind thinks. You could think negative, positive, ignorantly. It has to come to life. It has to manifest itself. And as a spiritual scientist, as a high performance mentor, I'm going to take you into theology right now, because you have to understand theology and science to be a balanced human being. And so when we go into theology, I want to take you back all the way to the beginning. You see, God and man was working together. When man sinned, that means he deviated from thinking for himself, about himself, loving himself. That's sin, right? You deviate from that which you want. You deviate from the desires of your heart. So when he did that, he was kicked out of that place. That is why every one of us is born with a reticular activating system, which is like a thermostat in the brain, in the back of our brain, set to survival. You see, when we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden, right? We also kicked God out. Somewhere in Genesis it says this, that the earth was given to man. All authority was given to man. What does it mean? Man has the authority to release the power that is in heaven. Heaven has no legal rights here anymore. You have to give that. You are the operant power. You have to give authority for heaven to come into earth. And that is why mind and speech equals immortality. Mind is considered the thoughts, or the thoughts of God, or where God is. And speech is the man releasing through the physical body, that it gives authority for heaven to create that out there for you. So you give yourself authority, or you have all the authority and power to create anything you want, good, bad, or indifferent. The question is, what is it that we want to create? So I want you to know that each time we are out of our mind, meaning we're paying attention to what is, what he said, what she said, what the bank account says, we are more in agreement with the facts of life, as science calls it. But when we are more in agreement with the desires of our heart, with the ideas of our heart, that is when mind and speech, right, they're one, but you are in alignment. or you're going to the source where all your desires reside. See, when we are out of our mind, or when we come into agreement and we speak of what is, we are kicking God, or we are kicking ourselves, because we are God. We are kicking ourselves in the behind, and we are saying no to ourselves. So to come back home is to come back to the source of mind and speech, to that inner being, to that place, to the subconscious mind, or to the heart, or the kingdom of God, or the universe, or whatever you want to call it. You need to come back to the self. Only then, when you become one with your desire, and you think of your desire, and you speak of your desire, now you are given life or authority to that which you want. So we can look at what is and give life to it continuously, or we can look at what it is we want and give life to that. Mind and speech equals immortality. To be immortal is to say it always brings to life. It never dies. It's always about bringing life. Your thoughts and speech always gives life. What sustains everything into existence, it's our minds and speech. There are people right now that love the earth because they sustain the earth. There are people that love trees. They're sustaining the life of trees. There are people that love whatever. They're sustaining the life of whatever. That's how we sustain this whole planet into existence. It's our mind and speech. We raise the vibration of the planet. We raise life on the planet. We sustain and maintain life on the planet through this power, which ultimately created everything. One of my first mentors said, if you met God at the corner of nowhere with nothing, you would have shaken hands with everything in him, and you would have not known it because you were not able to see it. In the same way, if I come and shake your hand, I'm shaking hand with everything out there, and it's inside of you. But I don't know what's inside of you. Only you know the desires of your heart. You see, as a business consultant and high performance mentor, when I talk to business owners, I ask them, let's find out where you're at first. Those are two things you need to be successful. Let's find out where you're at and where you want to go. Now, if they keep talking about where they're at, they're talking about facts. And so I take them into talking about what it is that they want. So I connect them with that, and then I show them the process, how to get there. Now, what did I want to share with you? Well, obviously, I wanted to bring this excitement that I felt when I understood what mind and speech equals immortality. I didn't understand it before, and because I did today, I thought, oh, I just have to share it. I felt an overflow, and I wanted to give from the overflow, and that's why this video came out. But I also want to share with you a manifestation of how mind and speech equals immortality. And if you know anything about my program, Manifest Without Money, it is a monthly membership. And the reason for that is because we talk about identity, relationships, money, health, and then I have 2 extra bonuses where I take you into the power of rest and how to manifest double of something. Anyway, so in my program, I teach you the 6 steps of going within and how to bring everything out, how to create and manifest. But everything is done internally. So this particular day, which was just about a week ago, I was driving, and it was towards the evening, and I was going to visit 3 people that were very special to me. And I said, okay, I am going to test the mind and the speech. I am going to give life to something. And I thought about the people I was going to see, and I picked one of them. And I'm driving. This is all done in my mind. But then I said, okay, speech. It's referring to speaking, to give it life, right? Life and death is in the tongue. And so I said, okay, I am going to give it life. Well, to give it life, I don't want to give life to something that I don't want. I want to give some life to something I want. And I said, well, what would I like? I said, well, that specific person, I would like them to do this and this and that. I said, okay, I made up my mind of what I wanted. But still, it doesn't mean that it was going to be created. I just thought about it. It's not enough just to think, right? You see, you have a mind and a brain. And the mind is activity of thoughts, and the brain creates pictures. Now, the brain is part of the physical being of you. So when we take from the spirit into the physical, it's referring to when you make up your mind as to what it is you want and you see a clear picture of it, or you print a picture on the brain, it is done. It's done. All is done at the level of the mind anyway. Now you just have to wait for time and space for you to walk into it. So I said to myself, okay, great. What do I want? Well, I want this. All right, now it's time to create and manifest it. So I said, so-and-so. I spoke out loud in the car. It was 10 p.m., 9 p.m. And I said, so-and-so. You see, what I was doing, I was calling out. I was resurrecting from the dead or from the dark or the void this person's face. And I kept saying it until that face came into my inner vision. Like inwardly, I could see their face. It wasn't very clearly. And if you know anything about holograms, right, you know how they go in and out? Well, that's how his face was going in and out each time I was calling out their name. And I said, so-and-so. And it was like, okay, first the name. So-and-so. Like they were coming in, I could see side of their face and so-and-so. And then I could see more features on their face. I'm like, so-and-so. And I'm doing it even now. Once they were in front of me, I said, when you see me, this is what you're going to do for me. And when I said, this is what you're going to do for me, I've imagined them doing something. We were doing something together, right? He was giving me something. And I kept saying that. So-and-so, when you see me, this is what you're going to give to me, okay? Until I saw clear pictures. And it's not as clear because even if you look at me, you might be focusing on one thing. If you shut off this video and you walk away, you might not recognize certain things. You might not have paid attention or focus on everything on my face. But what happens is you can still bring my face forward, for example, or you can still bring somebody's face forward. It's like a hologram, right? You can't see clearly. It's a shadow, okay? It's like a shadow, but you still see it. And that's how I want to tell you that that's what it will look like. And sometimes, you know, I think what I want to say here, to interject and say, that's why it's important to be in the present moment when you are with something, someone, look at everything and capture a picture of everything in detail. All right, that's what it means to live in the present. Be present, pay attention, pay focus, capture everything, the whole picture of something, the feeling, everything in full. Live life fully. That's what it's referring to, right? Be there, mind, body, and soul. So as you need to recollect it and bring it out, then you know what that will look like. It'll be easier for you to visualize. Anyway, so I said, so-and-so, when I get there, this is what you're going to do for me. Guess what happened, guys? I get there, and 2 hours after that, this specific person did exactly what I told them to do. I did not have to sell them. I did not have to tell them anything. I did not have to say, would you do this for me? Can you get that for me? None. It was done for me. The next day I said, ooh, this is good. I said, I want to do something else. And I've imagined something else. And guess what? A few hours down that day, they did that again. Then I thought, wouldn't it be interesting if I would like that. Now I did not focus on something being done. I just focused on a specific word. Guess what? That evening they said that very word. And I go, what? Wait, what did you say? Wait, what did you say? I was in the present moment. I was expecting it. It almost caught me by surprise too, even though I was expecting. You can't expect on a consistent, vibration. But when it hit me, when I heard it, I go, wait, why would you say that word? Because it's not an ordinary word. I thought about it, right? And this is proof. And what I want to share is this. When we talk about everyone is you pushed out, and I'm going to talk in the next video about it, what that means, what was revealed to me. But the power of mind and speech equals that of immortality. Everything you think and whatever you focus on in the mind, if it's a word, you're going to hear it. If it's certain activity, you're going to experience it. What is it that you want? You want to hear a word? Hear it, see it, focus on it. You want to experience an activity with someone? See it. You want to see something? See it. Whatever it is, whatever your five senses want to experience here in reality, whatever your ears want to hear, whatever your eyes want to see, right? Things that people have not heard of yet, things that people have not seen yet, because other people are going to see those things happening for you too. Those are the things you must think of. Those are the things you must allow your mind to put together, those images for you. So in the next video, I want to share with you what it means to me that everyone is you pushed out, and how this was revealed to me actually last night in a deeper way than any other way. But in essence, even in this video, I want you to understand that what it means, and I'm going to transition into the next video, but what it means everyone is you pushed out, it's referring to everything out there already exists inside of you. Everyone hears your thoughts. And if you're specific with a specific person, they hear your thoughts. Some people respond easily. You see, my sister receives my thoughts. My daughter receives my thoughts. There are some people that you can notice they receive more than they give. They're very good receivers, okay? My old partner, and when I say old partner, I'm talking about ex-partner that I had, old partner, ex-partner. Even to today, if we communicate, he would do and say things that I don't necessarily expect him to say or do, but because they're such good receivers, I notice that I receive things from them. I hear things from them, and I go, you're a good receiver. She's a good receiver. She's a good receiver. Some people are not good receivers. But nonetheless, everyone hears your thoughts and does what you want them to do. And again, in the next video, I'm going to share with you what that truly means to me and how that was revealed to me at a deep, deep, deep level. Okay? So thank you so much for listening to the video. If you enjoyed it, like, share, subscribe, and that's it. If you want to get within my program where we talk about specifically on your identity, how to conceive an identity of you, and then of you with money, relationships, we do that. We focus on one area of life specifically. Heaven's first law is order. And if we go all over the place and we're trying to manifest 100 things at once, most likely we're going to end up confused. And we only have one life to live. We want to live it well. We want to experience the best of the best. And so when we look at identity, we're really focusing on identity only. When we focus on the money, we're only focusing on the money, because it's important for you to know how to manifest more than enough. It's important for you to know that you have the ability to pay your house off. It's important for you to know that you can have a car paid off. It's important for you to know how to bring in clients in your business. It's important for you to know those things. Why? Unless you want to keep running for money all your life. Unless you want to do the things that you've been doing all your life. You have to get into that place of the power of rest, where you know that money keeps coming in, where you know that you can manifest more than enough, where you know that you can manifest two of the same card, two of the same dolls, whatever it is. Imagine having more than enough. That's what it's referring to, more than enough, from the overflowing. Because you cannot give that which you don't have. You want to give to others, right? You want to provide for your family, for your children, not just for yourself. And so I want you to think about the program, the benefits that you are going to receive within the program, okay? So thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon. Bye now.